Let me just get started slowly here while Instagram is sending out notifications to all of you guys. And this is going to be available on most of my other platforms, anywhere from Facebook, YouTube, and I am also thinking of stripping the audio from the video and making it to a podcast. This is the first episode of my little talk show here called Whatever You Like. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Hi, and welcome. For the next 20 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm going to talk with Thomas, a guy who has been with me from the day that I started being serious here in the whole knife making business. So I figured, why not start with him? And he finally agreed to it. So that is awesome. We are going, even though we're both Danes, we're going to take this in English. So please excuse us for the pronunciations and the accents. That's just how it is. And let's get started.
Mikkel,
Hi, how are you, my friend? Are you good?
so someone's got the Corona haircut going on as well.
Yeah, it's getting a little long, so I just put on a hat. Yeah, so that's how it is. Hoping that the hairdressers will get back into business soon, so that
But
the hair
that's
can
how it
get
is.
cut.
We can't do anything about that. So that's the situation.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Thomas, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself just a little bit, what you do on your Instagram page here, and who you are, and yeah, just quick
So
introduction, who you are.
my name's Thomas. That's obvious, and I like to go to the woods, and that's just a sentence. But what it means to me is that 3 years ago, I was agreed to with my former boss to leave my work. I used to work with drug abusers, and I worked in a local treatment facility.
Okay.
And so the reason my interest in the woods came about was because I was diagnosed with severe work-related stress. So I had to leave work. I had to take time off. And a colleague of mine from my gym told me, you should go with me to the woods, or the southern part of the island. Go to the local woods next to the beach, make a fire, cook a chicken. So we did that. And afterwards I came back and I was like, I have to do that again. So I did, and 3 years later, I'm not sick anymore. Didn't have to take any form of medication. So going to the woods and doing what I do, it helps me in a way. But
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Great. And I am not an outdoor expert in any way. I'm a newbie, to put it in terms. I don't know almost anything about it. I just come from a completely different perspective with my love to craftsmanship. And that's my take into the whole knife world and now the outdoor world, where I talk with guys like you all the time, and that's my way into it. But this show is not going to be about me. I just want to bring on people for this show that I find interesting, and people that have something to say in the whole we should be out in nature more and
I don't know.
enjoy life.
I don't know, Mikkel, if I have something to say, but what I do and what I enjoy is something other people enjoy too. I do it my way. And to begin with, you look at other people and you get inspired, and you teach crafts and skills from videos and tutorials and YouTube, and you try some yourself. And it just develops from there. It's really small things, but it works for me. So I'm 4 years ago, if you asked me if I could take a day off and go to the woods, I would be laughing. Even the idea of getting mud on my shoes would be ridiculous. But things change, and sometimes for the better, and this is one of the better.
Awesome. Just awesome. I like the background that of your gear. That's nice. Man, how many axes do you got?
My rack contains 30, and it's not full yet.
Oh, awesome. Are you going to fill it, or?
I'm not sure I'm going to fill it. Sometimes 2 leaves and 1 comes in, and but they all have history now. It's just like this. This also has history. I can't sell this. It's not even possible. If I grow old and I still have it, I'm giving it to my grandson at some point. But it's you can't part with it. It's just like it's not a cooking pot or a hammock, because people put work into these tools, and some of them came from 3 different parts of the world put together, and they now live with me, so I can't part with them.
That's just an awesome story behind every single tool, and that makes you appreciate it so much more than it being something factory made.
You could do what I do with very, very little gear, and you could do if you take, let's just do it in currency. If you take $100 and you go to the hardware store, pick out a bow saw, a cheap axe, and a knife, you're good to go for a long time. But it's just not the same. It doesn't look the same. It will do almost all the same things. It won't do it as well, but it will do most of the same things.
What are, if you were to tell someone who wants to spend their first night out in the woods, what are the 3, maybe 5 things they definitely should get their hands on?
If we break it down to me, we live in Denmark, you and me, and camping outside is not allowed all the places. If you go to Sweden, we have a term called the freedom to roam, meaning you can hike and trek and tent and camp a lot of places. But in Denmark, you should buy something like a tent or a tarp, something you can make food in. It could be one of these Swedish cooking systems. They're called trangia, in Danish, trangia. You should get one of those and a tent, something to make sure you could stay warm. I spent my first night on the beach in polyester skiing underwear. It almost killed me. It was so cold. So put on something that will keep you warm. So tent, something to cook on, something to keep you warm, sleeping bag, and a sleeping pad. And you find a suitable tenting place in a forest or next to a beach, or and give it a go. The worst thing that could happen is that you have to leave your tent in a rainstorm, take your car and go home. Go back the next morning, pick up the wet tent. If you were hiking in Alaska and something bad happened, you have to call a chopper.
Yeah.
But in Denmark, you can hike back to your car with a headlamp, drive home. It won't kill you. So
yeah, here in Denmark, we're pretty safe.
do something basic. It doesn't have to be. Otherwise, just try something for a day. Pack a lunchbox, a thermos, something you put hot cocoa or coffee in, and go find a place to eat.
Yeah.
I have one small rule. When you hike into the forest, you have to go as far as you can hear the cars or the trains anymore. That's the rule. If you can get that far in, find a place to sit down and have lunch. It doesn't have to be great exploratory, I don't know, hiking.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just awesome. When you're out, so for those of you that don't know, Thomas has a YouTube channel where he also uploads a few videos once in a while. You should go check that out. I've seen some of those. I don't have much time to sit down and watch stuff on the computer or phone, but you should definitely go watch those. It's just relaxing to watch to watch him do his thing out in the woods. But you were out this weekend, right?
Yeah, in -12 with the wind chill. That was.
And for the Americans, that's, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
But
I have no idea.
The Canadians can calculate from Fahrenheit to Celsius very easy. So -12 with the wind chill, and there's something different about Denmark. We have a very high humidity. So when it's -12 or -6 and windy here and humid, it's cold. It's very cold. I saw a Canadian girl from Toronto once, and she was in the city picking out a new winter jacket because it just got below freezing, and she was almost she couldn't even fathom how cold it was, and it's not the same. But the humidity, makes it cold.
I've never thought of that. That's probably right.
If you go to Greenland and it's -20 or -22, the air is dry and crisp. If you wash your shirt, you can hang it out. It will dry for 45 minutes because the air is so dry. If you go here and hang
it takes forever.
It will never happen. If you put a wet shirt on a piece of cordage in the woods, it will just freeze. It won't dry.
You need a fire for that.
Yeah. And
well, that's true.
That was my basic thing this weekend. If I didn't have enough time and enough firewood, I would have to. When the last firewood runs out, you have to go to your sleeping bag. That's the rule.
Yeah. But you survived.
Still, it's Denmark. I had to walk 35 minutes to my car, and if anything happened, I would warm up hiking to my car, going home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And every car has what's it called, heating apparatus, and maybe warm seat. So it would take me 5 minutes to warm up in the car.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
wouldn't be a
That's
problem.
true. Yeah. Have you ever had an accident while you're out in the woods where you were like, oh shit, this could have gone really bad?
No, not that I remember. Um,
Good, good. Safety out in the nature is essential. You need to.
I
You need
swung an axe once that came close, but
to.
it was not on video. It was not in front of a camera. I was just working, and I thought I could pick that stump up by swinging it next to my leg and just grabbing it, and I missed, and I also missed my leg. But it's a stupid thing to do, but we all done it. Just like if you're sitting home trying to balance a knife on your finger,
Yeah,
and if I let go, it will punch a
yeah,
hole,
yeah,
something like that. Uh, it wasn't to show off on a video or anything. I always do what I do as safely as I can. Sometimes people ask me why I'm sitting down on my knees making firewood. It's because if I
yeah,
missed, I would bury the hatchet or the axe in the
yeah.
ground.
That's safer, definitely.
And even though I'm not a skilled craftsman as you, uh, reprofiling an edge with a file and a stone, I could learn. So I can replace my kneecap, but I can replace an axe.
Yeah, that is true.
It looks stupid, I know,
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna change it. Sometimes I stand, but it's very very low. Um, I have a great friend in Canada, a humongous dude called Joe, and he talks about axe safety, and he knows what he's talking about. So I listened and I practice so I don't cut off my
yeah,
legs.
yeah. Um, Canoe Hound Adventures just asked this question a couple minutes ago. Thomas, why do you have such a love for axes? Could you elaborate on it? Just thought it was a proper question to ask.
It's just a tool that works, that can do a lot of stuff, and some of them have history. This traveled from Australia,
Yeah,
traveled to me, went to England, and have a handle fitted, came back, and the head came loose. It went back to England and back to me again, and it's just beautiful. And the gentleman who gave me this, I said I'm going to pay for it, but he was like, your Danish money don't work here. So he offered something else. So we traded. He
yeah,
shipped something and I shipped something to him.
awesome.
Um, so it's something that he picked out for me, um, and I picked out something for him. Dollar and value wise, I think it balances out. But
Yeah,
it's just something like a tool that has history. Um, it's and it's beautiful. That I can help. I've been taking pictures since I was like 17 or 18, and before Axis, it was fitness models and fitness male and female models, but Axis on photos, that's my thing. I don't know.
uh, well, maybe there is some similarities between athletes and axes. Maybe.
I could agree. Um, Also, I before this started, I always dreamt of owning some of my grandfather's tools. But he passed, and they sold the farm. And I actually called the people who bought the farm um, and asked if he left something, because I know he did, and they
Yeah.
must have thrown it away because they told me there was nothing left. So
Ah,
if I had had my grandfather's hatchet, it would have been the best axe. Not
yeah.
screw the rest, but that would have been the axe.
Yeah, because of the
Um,
history behind it.
because of the history, or my grandfather's folder.
Yeah.
Um, he passed also, so that didn't happen. But I found the same model as my grandfather. He sailed as a fishing boat captain for 40 years. Bought the
Oh,
same model, threw it in my EDC pouch with me all the time. You don't see it. It's just something that if I'm eating an apple or a Snickers bar, I take it out and I use it
yeah. Yeah.
just to remind me of him. And
Yeah.
it's just a
Awesome.
small pocket knife from Germany.
Yeah.
Costs $25, something like that. But he sailed with one in his pockets for at least 40 years.
He must have been a hard-working man.
He was at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I think I'll try to keep this at 20 minutes, and we have just passed the 20-minute marker. But I think we'll do a final question, and then we'll have to do this again, you and me. In
Not any time, if I can
Yeah,
help, my friend.
yeah. I just uh, I wanna keep the people that follow along in my life journey, want to keep them interested in all of the aspects there is about knives, and a big aspect of knives is that it is a tool, and most people, they only use knives when they're preparing food in their kitchen. That's where most people use their knife. But there's also many people like you that goes into the woods and do stuff like that, and I think that's so sweet, and I like the whole idea behind getting out with nature and just de-stressing and all of that. So wanna that's what this whole thing is about. And I don't have one planned yet, but there's going to be an episode next week, hopefully Tuesday, just about the same time as this. It's not going to be with you, Thomas, but someone else. But maybe the week after, or the week after again. We'll see about it. So, but final question: where is your dream place to go spend a weekend in the woods? Which country, and maybe an area that you have fallen in love with?
Canada, fishing salmon, drinking rum.
Awesome.
Uh,
That sounds good.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Some place with a tent, a fishing pole, and it sounds like an old pirate thing, but a bottle of rum would be epic. Uh,
Yeah. You can
I'm,
always use.
I'm I don't know what's most dangerous, the COVID or Canadian bears, but I think the bears would be a better choice to handle. So Canada, and a bottle of rum. That's my dream. Um, and maybe bring a buddy. Just a few days by a lake. That would be cool.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Nope. Not yet. I am going.
Yeah.
At some point, I am going.
Awesome.
And at some point, when you get a break from doing knives, we are going to come and pick you up and go take you for a steak. I promise.
We'll do
Campfire,
that.
campfire steak.
Yeah. Once COVID starts to go a little easier on us all, we'll definitely do something like that. I'd love that.
We have this crazy dude on Sjælland, and I think he's coming as well. So
Yeah, I think
prepare.
so too. I think so
Yeah,
too.
we are going to come and steal you away for a day.
So, yeah.
Maybe it should be spring or fall. That would be the best. Not summer. That sucks.
Okay.
You get eaten and killed by mosquitoes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see about it in probably in fall. Then maybe we can make it come true.
Coffee, steak, and a beer, and then we go home. Deal.
And I'll bring a couple of knives.
If we should do the 20-minute mark. So thanks for having me.
Yeah.
A pleasure. And I would do it again. Just say.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Wish you the best. Stay safe. Stay healthy. All of that, and don't get hit by an axe.
I'll do my best, friend. So thanks and take care, Mikkel.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for watching this first episode of the Hvedegaard Knives Talkshow. I don't know if I'm gonna change the name of it. I'm gonna do this till I won't do it no more. If you have any questions for me or some other out there, send me a message, comment on some of my posts, and I'll write it down. And then also, if you know someone or if you want to be on this show, send me a message. I'll try to reach out. First, this is going to be a 1 episode per week, usually on a Tuesday, right around this time, but it might change. So thank you all for watching, and thank you all for the comments and all of that. Stay safe, everybody.